Well, we're back with Dan Smith from Vail Mountain Rescue. We're going to get some more tips on how to stay safe if you're hiking, biking, or getting yourself around the river, because right now the river is extremely fast. A lot of swift water activity going on. And Dan, let's continue here. You got a long mission.
Oh yeah, this was last night,
now.
which was a lot of last night is last night.
Yeah.
On Saturday, last night was Sunday, yes. On Saturday, we had a couple that wound up with a spouse with a broken foot at Charles Lake, which is about 3.5 miles out from Fulford and about 2,000 feet of vertical up. And no landing zone there, so we had to get a helicopter because it had to be a hoist. We couldn't get a civilian helicopter. They don't do hoist work. So we had one from the Guard, and we put 2 of our hoist technicians in the back. But it was raining, snowing, grappling, and sleeting, and doing everything else down there, so you can never be sure the bird won't wave off. So we got another 5-man team to Yeoman Park to just wait, and if the bird had to pull out, they'd go in and get them, but it would have been just an awful carry-out because it's a really broken trail, and it's in snow a lot of the time, and our wheel and litter don't really like it in snow. We need to get a skid for our wheel or something. So what had happened is they had been hiking in, another couple had been hiking in, both 30-somethings, and one would pass the other and back and forth. They both wound up at Charles Lake. They both camped and didn't know one another. And the young lady was doing a little bouldering and put a foot wrong and crack, broke her foot. Well, you're immobile. You're not walking out.
Yeah.
So the 2 couples sort of bonded together, and they had made a plan for Sunday morning that they would walk the injured party out, and the swelling in the foot was such that that wouldn't happen. But there's no cell phone.
Yeah.
So this is one place that you have trouble getting the message out. So the one couple left. It took them 5 hours to get out. They met some Forest Service people at Fulford, and the Forest Service people called 911, and so we get the call. Then what got very interesting is we weren't sure we were going to get a bird, and we weren't sure that we were going to have to be able to get in there. So you had to do a backup. You have to do the team at Yeoman Park. So the bird goes in, lowers down the hoist technicians, or I think lands and drops off the hoist technicians, and then pulls up over the subject, hoists the subject up. But the weather is such that her husband doesn't have time to get on the bird. Bird's got to pull because there's just all sorts of bad weather coming in. So then we have to send 2 guys in anyway. They met the husband coming out. He was making record time coming down because he wanted to get to his wife at the hospital, which is exactly the right answer. Met our team, got him out. Perfect mission. It worked real well. But what it illustrates is you can't always rely on that cell phone.
Yeah.
Having somebody who can walk out to cell phone and call is a godsend. Failing that, having told somebody where you are, when you'll be out, and call 911 if we don't call you, is the other safety valve. If that couple hadn't been there, the couple with the injured party had enough gear, had all camping gear, could have stayed another night. Somebody would have called 911, said where they are, we'd have gone to get them.
Yeah. I think it just illustrates that even if you are experienced and athletic and prepared, anything can happen
Absolutely.
out there.
You know, these are really good boots, but they don't do much for you above the boot top, and if you twist it or break it, you're immobile and you're not leaving.
Yeah, so
it was
always let people know where you are, and
except for that trip to the hospital in the ambulance, which I'm sure she didn't like.
Yeah.
And she may not have liked the trip up on the hoist to the helicopter, or maybe she did. I haven't talked to the lady yet. Some people think that's a trip.
Get a kick out of it.
Other people they just close their eyes and scream for the whole trip.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming on today.
Pleasure as usual.
A little more mellow week for you.
Hope so.
We don't know. But,
the new coordinator's on, so it'll be a mellow week for me. I don't know about her.
All right. Well, have a good week. We'll see you next Monday.
Take care.
And make sure you're staying safe out there in the wilderness. Have a plan. Be prepared. Let people know where you are. Now we're going to check in with Ashley again and get a look at your local weather forecast.